Good afternoon, I think. Yes. Welcome to day 37 of the Prosperity Plan. I always feel like my phone is crooked. Welcome to day 37 of the 40-day Prosperity Plan, the Abundance Plan, based on John Randolph Price. I love this book. I love how it shifts and transforms me every time I do this. As I said before, this is my 4th year doing it. Let me just get into statement 7. I love it. I'm kind of, I was like, oh, it's almost over. But I'm going to do it again next year. Maybe I'll do it before then, but I'm definitely going to do it every year. All right. Okay, here we go. The divine consciousness that I am is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. This is its responsibility, not mine. My only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. Therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting God appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. The divine consciousness that I am is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. This is its responsibility, not mine. My only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. Therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting source energy appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. So I kind of want to go through this. I hope my thing behind me doesn't fall down because it's been falling down. I need to get a hammer it in there. Okay. The divine consciousness that I am is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. This is the understanding that you are the walking embodiment of divine consciousness in your human body, right? You are this lavish, unfailing abundance. You are that, right? I am that I am. That's that part. This is its responsibility, not mine. This force that runs through your body knows exactly what it's doing, all right? Your job is to get the fuck out of the way and let it do it. My only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. This thing knows what it's doing. Again, your responsibility is to get the fuck out of the way and let it do it. Therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting source energy appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. Therefore, because I know that I am the walking embodiment of this lavish, unfailing abundance, I'm going to get the fuck out of the way and let it do what it do, and I'm going to trust that it knows what it's doing. That's statement 7 in a nutshell. So what I wanted to, as I was reading it, the thought came to me of us not even understanding when the abundance comes to us. So we get so fixated on what our human wants. And I talked about this yesterday. Yesterday I talked about getting clear on your, the desires and your wants and your needs, not just from your human egoic standpoint, but from what your soul, your oversoul, what it is here for. So if we're stuck in the humanness and we have this list, this thing of what we want it to look like, right? Because everybody's always like, goal set, make a list. This is what it should look like. And so we're fixated on that. And then it doesn't look like the list. But we actually got what we were asking for. We got what we wanted, but it doesn't look like the list, so we can't even see it. A very simple example. You wake up and, people are like, manifest, start small. Start small when you're manifesting, right? You want to manifest money. Your brain can't hear $1 million, so start small. So you're like, all right, I'm going to start small. I'm going to start with $5. And you wake up in the morning and you're manifesting $5. $5 is coming to you. $5 is coming to you, right? And then let's say you go to work and a coworker is like, hey, are you getting coffee? And you're like, yeah, I was going to get the venti, throwing all of the extra names behind that, right? Coworker's like, nah, I get that for you. I got it. You're like, thank you. Yeah. Coffee comes out to $5.25. And coworker's like, nah, don't worry about it. And you're like, thank you. You drink your coffee and you're sitting there going, I'm going to manifest $5. You go throughout your whole day and you go, I did not receive a $5 bill this whole entire day. but you manifested a cup of coffee that cost $5. So you held your $5, and some of y'all like, yeah, but that's not really. I didn't really create $5. Well, see, part of the lesson in this is that you have to look beyond what you think it's supposed to look like. You just saved yourself $5. That was $5 less you would have had. So you did. You kept the 5. And we have to start expanding how we look at how we manifest things, how things are created in our lives. Sometimes we're looking for more money when what we need is more time so that we can create more money. We're here looking for the money. And then we get an opportunity where we might make slightly less money, but we'll have more time and spaciousness to do the things we want to do that will create more spaciousness for abundance in our life. But we will turn that down because it doesn't look like more money, because we're stuck on the cash. We're stuck on the dollar bills. We're stuck on the number in the bank account. It's important to expand your idea of what abundance looks like. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, I should tell the story about how I manifested a car. And these are the things that I need to catalog and totally forgot about. So when I was living in DC, my ex-husband and I were living in Washington, DC, and we had the 2 kids at the time. And I'd gotten pregnant with my middle son, I think, during this time. Yeah. It's during this time. And so I remember thinking, and it's weird because it's how it's all jumbled up, because I remember I was still hooked into the homeschooling community. Or I was just getting hooked into the homeschooling community. And I knew we needed a car. I reached out to, I'm trying to remember the whole story, but I can't. The long story short is we got a car. I was in a homeschooling group, I think it was on Yahoo Groups when that was a thing. And, was just expressing my desire to have a car, asking if people knew, of anyone who was selling a car, that type of thing. And this one mom reached back out to me. She's like, we've got a Mazda MPV that's just sitting here and we'd love to give it to you. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, we just wanted to go to a really nice family. And so my husband had his friend drive him out. Just we're in Maryland. Drive him out. Dude signed over the title, gave us the plates. We registered the car. I wish I could remember who this woman got the car for free. For free. A minivan, right? And it was big enough to fit our small family at the time. I'm still in shock sometimes at the fact that someone gave us a car. So I just asked for it and someone gave us a car, right? It's just pfft. And see, going back to what I was saying, that's one of those moments where it was there was a glimpse of what could be created. And then I totally just, after that, is as though that took all my strength and energy. And it was pfft, I completely forgot that that's possible. I asked. Right? Completely forgot that that's possible. Manifesting something can look like we found this house in Laurel we were going to rent. And we didn't have all of the down payment, but we knew that we really wanted this space. It was a beautiful space. I really wish I could have stayed there. I loved it. But we didn't have all the funds. A family member offered. Did we ask? I think I asked, and then they said yes, to give us the funds that we needed for the down payment so that we could move into the house. Now, a lot of people think that if you're manifesting something, it means you did it all by yourself. That's a very first world. I don't even like that term. Who decides something's a first world? It's a very American mentality. That's the mentality of I have to do everything by myself. No one manifests anything by themselves. There is some collective energy, something, even the example that I used in the beginning of the $5 with the coffee, someone else was involved in that manifestation. Like, we have to get out of this idea that we're doing everything by ourselves. First of all, you're not, because you're doing it in conjunction with that which flows through you. So that's number one. So you're never manifesting anything by yourself. Two, somebody will say, well, someone, gave you the money or lent you the money. That's not really manifesting. Well, what is manifesting? Does it mean that you're sitting somewhere and it just magically falls out of the sky? That's not what that means. It means you've created the opportunities and the doorways to be open for you to receive what it is that you're asking for. So to think that you're manifesting something by yourself, or that someone loaning you the money or giving you the money in some way isn't you manifesting something, is just ridiculous and foolish. That's just it. If you are manifesting the home of your dreams, most likely you will need to take out a loan, which means that the bank is giving you the money, right? Like, you didn't do it by yourself. The bank worked with you. But what you did is your energy opened itself up to provide the space and opportunity for all of the physical pieces to actually show up and do what they needed to do on your chessboard of life. And that looks so different in different ways. And if we're not clear, and if we don't understand that, we could, what we want is right in front of us, but we don't see it because we're busy looking at this list of how we think it's supposed to look like and sitting back going, I didn't manifest anything. I wanted my own apartment. So when I came back to New York after leaving that beautiful house in Maryland, when I came back to New York, I moved in with my mother, who at the time she had moved into an apartment, right? And so I moved in with her, and she and my brother were living here, and it was she, her, and me and four my kids, right? And we're in the living room, and then my brother moved out, and we're like half in the living room, half in the bedroom, and my mom's still here, and I'm over here like, I want my own apartment, I need my own apartment, and then remembering that you can't manifest from that place, right? So try to get into a better place. I have my own apartment. Me and my children have our own apartment. Now, in my mind, me having my own apartment was someplace else. And then my mother, through some unfortunate circumstances, got the opportunity to move out into a different space. And I took over her lease. And so I did manifest my own apartment. It didn't look the way that I had it on my list. And I could have been sitting here going, this is not what I meant. This is not the thing that I asked for. Now, the universe could be saying, well, you weren't really specific enough, right? Or you weren't really clear. But, because I probably wasn't really clear, because I was still kind of, but it's like, but we kind of gave you what you asked for. You wanted your own apartment, so now you got it. But it didn't look like the list. So whatever list you have of what it is that you'd like to manifest or create in your life, maybe take some time to look around and see, did you actually already do that? And it just doesn't look like what you wrote? Are you open to seeing how what you're creating doesn't look exactly like what you think it should? Like I said, there may be opportunities for you you're looking for more money, but there may be opportunities for you to create more time and not as much money yet, but what you don't realize is that because you're creating more time, you're giving yourself more spaciousness to develop things that could assist you in making more money. But you're looking at it like, and what I mean is, let's say you're working a full-time job and there's an opportunity to work a part-time job doing something that you actually enjoy, right? And making it just a little bit less, right? But you're like, no, that's not what it looks like because I'm looking for more money. But the part-time job that, first of all, would have brought you more joy, so you would have woke up every day feeling happier, would have been enough to sustain your bills, even if it wasn't, the extra that you got working full-time, but would have left you with more time to work on the pieces that could create more abundance for you. No, instead, you want to stay at the job that, pays the bills plus gives you extra that you're miserable at, don't enjoy going to, sitting there going, no, I just really need to manifest more money. And the universe is like, hi, I was trying to give you space to do that, but you shut it down because it didn't look like more cash. But if you had more time and you were happier, then you would be in a different energetic space and you could create all this abundance. But you're like, no, it's not more money. Statement 7, basically in a nutshell. When you understand that you are already the walking embodiment of this lavish, unlimited abundance, and when you understand that, and when you get the fuck out of the way, shit's gonna pop off in your life. And that's basically what it is. Or, the divine consciousness that I am is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. This is its responsibility, not mine. My only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. Therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting God appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. The divine consciousness that you are is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. This is its responsibility, not yours. Your only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. Therefore, you are totally confident in letting go and letting source energy appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in your life and affairs. Let go, let God. Let go, get the fuck out of the way. Let go, let it do what it do. And understand that whatever your list is of what you think you need to be manifesting may not look exactly like that list. So be open to all of the possibilities of this creative mind of abundance and how it's showing up in your life to take care of all of your needs and desires. Because when you allow that all sufficient, infinite, creative mind to run through you, there is nothing that you will need or desire because it's always being provided for you. Always. This is day 37. 3 more days. I'll see you back here for day 38. I love you. Bye.